Hello and Merry Christmas. My name's Ian, and I was just playing around with a popular song called Please Come Home for Christmas, made famous by the Eagles, although originally written in about 1960, I think, by someone called Charlie Brown, not that one. And as I was playing around with it, my attention was drawn to some of the lyrics. So I thought I would lead us on an exploratory journey through the lyrics of this rather pleasant song. So join me, if you will, and see what we discover. So let's just play the first verse. The start of the song goes like this. Bells will be ringing, the sad, sad news. Oh, what a Christmas to have the blues. My baby's gone, I've got no friends to send me season's greetings once again. So that's the first verse. Seems quite reasonable at first sight. Now, I'm not a campanologist. In fact, I don't even know about bells. But bells will be ringing the sad, sad news. I'm not sure how one evokes sadness through a bell, because they kind of go ding dong, ding dong. It's kind of hard to communicate grief unless you have one of those massive bells that are muffled and go dong. But I don't think you would toll a bell like that, would you, around Christmas time? So that seems a little odd. And then, oh, what a Christmas to have the blues. I think actually what he meant was, what a time of year to have the blues. Fancy having the blues at Christmas, as opposed to what a Christmas to have the blues, which suggests that of all the Christmases, fancy having the blues at this Christmas, which introduces us to a potential backstory of misery that is otherwise going on in his life. And all these other things have happened to him. And not only that, he goes on to say, my baby's gone. Now, I presume he doesn't literally mean his baby. I guess we can assume he's referring to his other half, his romantic interest, if you like. And he has no friends, he says, I have no friends, which is sad indeed, but it's also relevant. Bear that in mind, because we'll touch on that a little bit later in the song. And so that brings us to verse 2. Choirs will be singing silent night, oh, Christmas carols by candlelight. Please come home for Christmas, please come home for Christmas. If not for Christmas, then New Year's night. And with that, it goes into what they call the mid-late, I think. So the first part of that, choirs will be singing Silent Night. I think that's okay. Carols by candlelight, that's fair enough. In fact, don't have much quibble with that verse, apart from the last line. I have 3 points to mention about the last line, which is, if not by Christmas, then New Year's night. So firstly, from a negotiating point of view, he's completely caved in straight away. So he was saying, please come home for Christmas, but he's now saying, but if you can't do Christmas, then New Year will be fine, which opens up all sorts of opportunities. And maybe he might go on to say by the middle of February, frankly, whenever's convenient for you, would be fine. So that's the first point. Secondly, by New Year's night, in using that term, he's rhyming night with night, of silent night, which I think is a bit of a cheat, isn't it, really? I mean, you can't rhyme 2 of the same words together. Don't know what else he could have used. Fight, fright, might, blight. Probably not. I can understand why he would say that. But my third point on that line, however, is New Year's night said no one ever. What is New Year's night? I don't know about you. I've never heard the expression New Year's night. When does that mean? Does that mean the night that comes at the end of New Year's Day? It's clearly not the night before, because that's New Year's Eve. We call it New Year's Eve. I know that doesn't rhyme with candlelight, which is a bit of a problem. So we don't really know when that is. So it was going so well until that last line. But then, as I said, we get to the middle eight. Here we go. Friends and relations send salutations, sure as the stars shine above. But this is Christmas, Christmas my dear. It's the time of year to spend with the ones you love. So that's okay, generally. We're happy to spend Christmas with the ones we love, that's good. The first bit of the middle eight there is what causes a problem, because he says friends and relations will send salutations. And but he's already told us in the very first verse that he hasn't got any friends. So they're not going to send salutations as sure as the stars shine above. So that's a bit of an inconsistency, to be honest, isn't it? And also the use of the word salutations is that handily it rhymes with relations, which is good. But if he'd wanted to rather said friends and family, it would have been a problem. Although he could have said, we'll send something caramelly, maybe, like a Rose's golden caramel chocolate, which are freely available at this time of year. Other types of chocolate are also available. So friends and family will send something caramelly, except I haven't got any friends. So you'll just get a box of roses from your aunt, possibly. So it's all looking a bit bleak. But we get to the final verse. So won't you tell me you'll never more roam? Christmas and New Year, we'll see you home. There'll be no more sorrow, no grief or pain. And I'll be happy, happy Christmas once again. And actually it goes then into a guitar solo and they reprise the last bit. So there we go. So it's fairly reasonable, except there's a bit of poetic license in there, which is one of my little concerns about this sort of thing. If you like, I don't like to quibble, but so much you tell me you'll never more roam. Also said no one ever. I mean, you don't say to someone, oh, tell me you will never more roam. You will obviously, roam rhymes with home, which is handy, I suppose, in the context. But you don't say that. You say you won't roam anymore, or you won't wander off, or please stay where you are, or whatever. So it's a little bit tricky. And there'll be no more sorrow. It really rams it home, doesn't it, at the end? There'll be no sorrow, no grief, no pain. He could have added anguish, distress, misery, despair, desolation. Could have gone on for quite a few lines if he really wanted to make the point. But I think he's trying to say that he's not very happy. But there we go. So that's please come home for Christmas or New Year, or the middle of April will probably be fine. It probably should have been called. A great song made famous by the Eagles, written in 1960 by Charlie Brown, not that one. And so I hope that over the festive season you get a chance to listen to the proper version of that song. It's really quite good if you just overlook the lyrical deficiencies. And above all, have a very happy Christmas.